Hi, Back to Better Healthers. Now, I know most of us are on a Back to Better Health journey, but let's face it, at some time or another, we're all going to get that little craving for something sweet. And a typical classic favorite, whether you're young or old, is chocolate chip cookies. So today, I am going to share a healthified version of that with all of you, all right? Now, your typical chocolate chip cookies, what do they have? White flour, refined white sugar. Two of the big things in terms of processed white, refined ingredients that on a Back to Better Health journey we're trying to move further away from. So it just so happens I recently got a new bag of almond flour. This almond flour is from Honeyville. It's blanched, which means the skins are removed, which makes it a lot finer and easier to use, less coarse when you're using it. And lo and behold, on the back there's a chocolate chip cookie recipe. So a quick thank you and a shout out to Alana from Alana's Pantry. This is her recipe, and for those of you unfamiliar with her site, she offers a lot of gluten-free options that use almond flour and coconut flour, and recently she's also added in a paleo twist as well. I've made a number of things from her site. My coworker has made a number of things from her site, and they've been quite tasty. So if you've never tried it, go to her site and give it a try. So we made her recipe. And I basically, the first time I made these, followed her recipe verbatim, minus some substitutions for the oil and the salt because of what I had on hand. So let me tell you what her recipe is. It's 2½ cups of almond flour, a ½ teaspoon of baking soda, and a ½ teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. Those are your dry ingredients. You'll combine those separately. Your wet ingredients are a ½ cup of grapeseed oil, a ½ cup of agave nectar, a tablespoon of vanilla, and then she puts in 1 cup of dark chocolate, 73% or better. Now, when I made this, I did not have the Celtic sea salt. I just used regular finely ground sea salt, and I don't have grapeseed oil, so I like to use my coconut oil. In my own personal Back to Better Health journey, I've done a lot of reading, a lot of research, and I like what I have found out about the coconut oil. It's a medium chain fatty acid, so unlike most oils that take a long time to process in the body and typically get stored as fat, this one is converted by the liver very quickly to energy. So it tends to boost our metabolism, our energy level, but most importantly, it has those immunity boosting effects very similar to what's found in breast milk. So if and when I use oils, lately I've been deferring to the coconut oil. Now, of course I had to go back and add my own little healthified twists as well. So I know many of you out there are thinking, oh my gosh, she said agave nectar. Agave nectar is evil, it's bad, whatever the case might be. Before we get 10,000 comments below, let me first say I totally appreciate everybody's opinion. I absolutely respect your views, and in 9 times out of 10, I rarely use agave, but it just so happens that I had some organic agave left in my house, and because this is a sweet treat, keyword being treat, meaning we don't do this very often here, in my opinion, as long as it's occurring in moderation, a little bit now and then is obviously not going to kill us. So I did use the agave, but my second time around I healthified this a little more. So rather than using the full ½ cup of agave, I used only a ¼ cup, and then I added in 5 little scoopers of this organic stevia extract to still give it the sweetness, but to cut down on some of the fructose issues that many people have with the agave, and it worked wonderfully. The problem I then had was I had a liquid imbalance. I still needed another ¼ cup of liquid, so I added in another little healthy twist, and I used a flaxseed egg replacement, which is just a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to 3 tablespoons of water. And you just combine that. And the beauty of that is your flaxseed has protein, it has fiber, it has omega-3s, it has those healthy lignans that are really good for us, those phytoestrogens. So they pack a powerful punch. And the almond flour itself also has protein and fiber and the healthy fats from the nuts. So there are not many chocolate chip cookies out there that are going to offer to us a protein and a fiber kick. So in my opinion, this was a win-win. The other thing I love about these cookies is there's no actual egg. So for all of you out there who love to try the cookie dough like I do, you're never at risk for the dreaded salmonella poisoning or any of that stuff. And literally all you do, combine your dry ingredients, then add your wet ingredients. I just combined my dry in this little mixing bowl. I put all my wet ingredients in my little 1 cup glass measuring cup, combined them, used my KitchenAid mixer 30 to 45 seconds. It was mixed and done. And then I just take my little tablespoon scooper, I line a baking pad with my baking sheet with parchment paper, and I scoop out the dough. And you can see I've already got some here on the tray. I just scoop it out. If you've got one of those handy dandy ice cream scoops, I would definitely recommend that. My mom will do that sometimes, but I don't have one of those fun ones, so I just use this. And then you just have to go and flatten them, whether you use your finger or just use your hand and just squish them down flat. You're ready to go, and then you just pop these in a 350-degree oven for 7 to 10 minutes. I personally found that 10 minutes worked better, but depending on your oven, your altitude, you might find something else works differently. And that's it. So, anybody who makes these, we would love to hear back from you. If you're anti-agave, go ahead and try replacing it, maybe with the brown rice syrup or the honey or maple syrup, date paste. And if you do any of that, give us a quick shout below and let us know how it worked and how it tasted. Because if it worked well, it's definitely another option that I would be open to trying the next time I make these for my family. And if anybody else has any great sweet treats that are healthified or any other great ideas that include the almond flour, share your recipe below or give us a link to your recipe. In this Back to Better Health journey, we're all going to have a sweet craving at some point or another. And if we can healthify those and make our options more nutritious, then it's a win-win for ourselves, for our families, and for those that we're sharing the treat with. So we'd love to hear back from you. Let us know what you think, and you can check out the finished product or the typed version of the recipe on our blog at blog.back2betterhealth.com. And we will see you soon with more ideas, recipes, and general information from Back to Better Health. All right, bye-bye.